Welcome back to the Operation Freedom YouTube channel. What we do here is shine the light of truth on the deep state. They hate that. We do it figuratively with our presentations. We do it literally with our sponsor's product, PatriotLegacy.com. PatriotLegacy.com, featured product of theirs, the Patriot Beacon. 6 overall lighting functions. In addition, solar powered, don't need batteries. You can charge your other devices like your phone from it. In addition, you got a compass, you got a window breaking hammer, and you got a seatbelt cutter. Plus, if those deep state dweebs get just a little bit too close to you, blast them with this. They're gone. Go to patrioticlegacy.com, patrioticlegacy.com. Get yourself, your kids, your grandkids, your car. Can carry it with you anytime. patrioticlegacy.com, the Patriot Beacon. Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings and my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, is to provide you information the bought-off, lamestream, fake media will not present. The radio show airs every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern out of Wham Talk 1600's Freedom Bunker. It's live. It's free. Just go to davejanda.com, hit the live button in the upper right-hand corner, and tune in. Great guests. Great analysis. Now, some of you had trouble this past week, and the reason is because our traffic has grown significantly. And the servers that we have and the company we have has been trying to maximize access to our server. And as try as they've fallen a bit short, at least in my estimation. So we are in the process of moving our servers from one company to another. That will occur early Tuesday morning. So hopefully when you go to our website, davejanda.com, all will be well. But what they tell me is that our website, davejanda.com, might experience some downtime for up from several hours up to a day starting early Tuesday morning. So if you have trouble, not to fret, just keep trying. We're there. The website's perfect and fine. It's just we're moving server companies to handle the extra load that's occurring because you are networking this information to millions of people. Not just we have viewers and not just in all 50 states, but according to our analytics this past week, folks from over 60 countries came to our site to get content. And we hope you'll do the same to davejanda.com, where we have the free, the public side, and also the subscription side, where we have extra shows, our WTF Geopolitical show, our Insider Insight show. Our latest was this past week with whistleblowers extraordinaire, as opposed to the gossip blower the deep state is trying to push out on this Ukraine hoax issue. True whistleblowers and national heroes, Bill Binney and Kirk Wiebe. Now, what our subscribers at Dave Janda did is they said, look, this interview is so important. You need to get this out to the public. And we uploaded it yesterday, Monday, that would be October 28th, on our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that 2-part video, you must, for a number of reasons. In that, we discuss with Bill Binney and Kirk Wiebe, experts, not people just kind of shooting off at the hip about what they think about what's happening in surveillance. These are experts that have built surveillance platforms, managed them, integrated them, networked them. These are two of the foremost experts in the world. And this is what we do on davejanda.com. This is what we do with our YouTube channel, is we bring you experts. You don't have to believe me, but you when it comes to this IT stuff, you need to believe experts. There's no two bigger experts to listen to than Bill Binney and Kirk Wiebe. In baseball terms, I've described them as the Babe Ruth and the Lou Gehrig of IT. They discuss the whole issue about the coup, that it was not a hack, that it was a download event internally in the DNC and then leaked to WikiLeaks to then publish. They also discuss the difference between whistleblowers and this gossip blower or gossip blowers that the deep state keeps trying to hide with Adam Schiff and the like, of getting out into the public. And then they discuss the framing of what was used from an illegal surveillance standpoint on President Trump and General Flynn. And then they discuss information that have come into their hands on what and how the deep state are going to try to not just influence, but manipulate the election results in 2020. That two-part interview, if you watch anything that we do, you need to watch both parts, and then you need to network it to anyone and everyone you know. And at the end, Bill and Kirk talk about what you can do to make a difference right now for what happens in November of 2020. I hope you'll join us. I hope you become a subscriber at DaveJanet.com. Sign up for a month, $9. I mean, what, you're paying $100 on a cable bill? $9, and you're going to get information you'll never see in the bought-off lamestream fake media. If you don't like it, get rid of it. But I'm not sure why you would, because it's solid information, and that interview with Bill and Kirk is just an example of what we do. Today's topic is President Trump versus these deep state hoaxes. Now, we have dissected the hoaxes that have been pushed upon, jammed down the public's throat, whether it's the fake Russian collusion hoax or that comprised the fake Russian Steele dossier, or whether it was this Ukrainian hoax. Now we're on to the impeachment hoax. I want to take you back in time. I want to take you back in time to September 11, 2012. And all these hoaxes have, the foundation of their hoaxes, the same players. But I want to take you back to 2012. Because what was jammed down, not just the American public's mouths, but world public's mouths, as far as a hoax, was this Benghazi video hoax, that this video was the cause of what happened in Benghazi. Hoax that was perpetrated by Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Clapper, Leon Panetta. These are all the same players that are behind these other hoaxes we've spoken of late, whether it's the fake Russian collusion hoax, the Ukraine hoax, the impeachment hoax. These are all the same players. And the same players, actually, that have been behind this illegal surveillance activity that Bill and Kirk talk about, one of the issues they talk about in that video I just mentioned. But let's talk about this Benghazi video hoax. On this platform, and we did these interviews initially on our subscription platform, and because of the generosity of our subscribers, we released them on this free YouTube channel. Charles Woods, father of Ty Woods, who was murdered, one of the 4 murdered in Benghazi. On our radio show regularly just this past Sunday, Michael Igmeyer, whose nephew, Sean Smith, was one of the victims, one of the 4 murdered Americans in Benghazi. We've presented information from whistleblowers that were involved in the field of operations the night of September 11th and September 12th, 2012, from a military standpoint, Nick Noe and Josh Salmon, of what happened, about the foreknowledge of the attack that no one did anything about what happened during the attack, and the fact that from up high, read that as Obama and Clinton and Panetta, and those, if you will, maybe even, well, there's a name we're going to get to in a minute, that held up the rescue missions, the old stand down, and allowed those 4 Americans to die and dozens of other Americans to be put in harm's way. We've spoken and presented information from General Paul Vallely, General Tom McInerney, and Admiral Ace Lyons, all who were members on the Citizens Commission in Benghazi. Now, when you take all of those interviews together and you melt them down, what's the core that they get to? Here's the core. That Benghazi occurred because there was a weapons running operation run by the Obama administration, led by Obama and his Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, where they were running weapons into Libya through the ambassador Chris Stevens, who was the point man on the ground. Weapons were being run to Al-Qaeda. That makes Stevens the first ambassador to Al-Qaeda. This is under the Obama administration. Stevens They were running these weapons to al-Qaeda to take out Gaddafi. Why did they want to take out Gaddafi? Because Gaddafi wasn't playing with the deep state. And let's face it, we all know Hillary, Barack Obama, all of them are all puppets of the deep state. They ran weapons to al-Qaeda to take out Gaddafi. One, because he wasn't playing nice with the fiat currency system created by the central banks. He didn't want to play in euros and dollars anymore and wanted to set up a payment system based on gold and based on dinars, as opposed to dollars and euros, where the deep state, the globalist syndicate, the New World Order crowd, that's how they control everybody, because they print all the money. They have control over all the money supplies. He didn't want to play nice there. Plus, he was trying to break away. Now, remember, as General McInerney, Admiral Lyons, and General Vallely have attested to, several years before he was assassinated in Libya, Gaddafi had flipped and was actually turning in terrorists. But the deep state didn't want that, and their puppets didn't want that, Obama and Clinton. So he was wanting to break away. Plus, he had incredible resources. Gold, silver, which, by the way, shocking, came up missing after he was dead. They took him out. And then Stevens was in charge of, if you will, bringing back those weapons for al-Qaeda and funneling them into Turkey. The last person he met with was a representative of Turkey. Funneling him into Turkey and then into Syria to weaponize ISIS. That's right. The Obama administration, along with Hillary, of which Hillary was involved, was empowering, weaponizing, training ISIS. And we know that from General Vallely, General McInerney, Admiral Ace Lyons, and the Citizens Commission on Benghazi. And we also know that from the information unearthed by Charles Woods, Michael Igmeyer, and got people who were in the field of operation related to Benghazi from the military, such as Nick Noe and Josh Salmon. So when someone asks you, how did ISIS all of a sudden come into power? It's not just the United States. It was a number of our allies. Because remember, the people running the governments at that time, and in particular the United States government, were puppets of the deep state. And the deep state thrives on chaos. And remember, Hillary Clinton's reaction to Benghazi and what happened, 4 dead Americans, including the ambassador, right? Dozens of Americans put in harm's way. Her reaction was, yeah, right, what difference does it make? Remember, the only person that stepped up and started screaming about this internally within the Obama administration was the director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, General Mike Flynn, who went in front of Congress, closed-door session, under oath, and testified of what was happening, about the weaponization of ISIS. And now, do you understand why he was targeted? Why they had to take him out? Because he knew where all the bodies were buried, and they could not have him in the administration, because what was he going to do? He was going to spill the beans to the public on what happened. And he was also looking at those same intel agencies and the military-industrial complex that had set this situation up. He reportedly was looking at how those organizations were going to get defunded and get the people stripped out of them that were behind all this. And you wonder why they decided they had to take him out early? A man who's innocent? Who it now shows that his fantastic attorney, Sidney Powell, has revealed that when they interviewed him, that Lisa Page, who now not only was having an affair with Peter Strzok, but was also reportedly, according to OAN the other day, having an affair with McCabe. Man, that chick gets around. Gets around with people that are... But she also changed the 302 forms on General Flynn, making it look like he lied. In other words, an innocent man was set up because he knew where all the bodies were buried. I want to talk about another individual who's been very critical of the president, a retired Admiral McRaven. He actually, the other day, called for a military coup against President Trump. A little background on McRaven. He became the commander of the U.S. Special Forces Operations Command, in charge of U.S. Special Forces, on August 8th, 2011. That date's important. We've done interviews with the members of the families of SEAL Team 6. Remember, 30-plus SEAL Team 6 members were murdered August 6th, 2011, when they were sitting on a bogus mission. That was the same team who reportedly had captured and killed bin Laden. They were killed on August 6th, 2011. And it just so happens McRaven was put in charge of Special Ops on August 8th, 2011. Many of the parents say that they felt that McRaven was covering up for what happened. Well, that's not the only cover-up, it appears. And maybe this is why he is so vociferous against President Trump. Maybe he's afraid that if President Trump stays in power, maybe he'll be outed. Because there are many people, whether it's people on the Citizens Commission on Benghazi or family members related to those who died in Benghazi, who have questioned and are critical of McRaven, because McRaven was in charge of the Special Operations Command August 8th, 2011 through August 28th, 2014. Benghazi occurred in September 11th, September 12th, 2012. Remember what I said, that there were rescue missions that were told to stand down. McRaven had to be in that, in the line of command. Now you know why McRaven seems desperate and panicked and hysterical. Dude doesn't want to be outed.